What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you how you can qualify for the solo victory cup finals on the hardest region while getting pretty much no kills and only playing for placement. As you guys can see, we're going to be watching this Spanish player that got top 50 in opens while getting only 9 kills. And if you look at the match history, it's nothing crazy. I'm going to be showing you his best game, which was a 2-kill win, so you can understand how to avoid fights and gain as much placement as possible in a stack 10 game. Make sure to use code STORM24 in the item shop. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment down below if you want to see the VOD on how to earn in finals. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the video. So as you guys can see, he's dropping here in the Battlewood, and there's a ton of people landing here as well, especially because it's a good drop, it's mid-map and there's a lot of loot. He starts by doing his loot route, getting as stacked as possible in the start of the game, and as you can see, there's a ton of people here. There's a guy above, there's a guy below. He's landing here. You can't show because of the replay, but he's landing here. Then we have a guy there, here, here. There's people everywhere. So let's see how he gets out of the drop and survives with no kills, pretty much. So as you guys can see here, he's already getting stacked. He already has a mobility, already a lot of heals, and he spots his first player. So he's gonna tag him for 50. And then the player is gonna heal, he's gonna pop minis. He's gonna stay and punish the player because he didn't build, so he already has like 70 damage, and he's just gonna go back to farming and getting as stacked as possible. As you can see here, he goes to the main building to get some scraps of loot, and he gets absolutely keyed, so he's just gonna start expanding boxes, building. The player is just pickaxing everywhere, so he tries to get a shot off, he misses, and now he just takes the chance to go back to his old boxes, build in metal, because it's harder to see through, and starts popping heals. And then the player is not gonna fight this for long, so he's gonna look through the cone. He doesn't see him, so he just takes a chance and he disengages from the fight, always looking back so he doesn't get shot. And that's how he just runs away. Now he did waste some of his heals and mats, so he's gonna have to reform, but at least he survived, which is the most important part. So now we left his drop, he's just farming. Now we enter the mid game. He's just getting as stacked as possible because he didn't farm much at the start, and he's just going into zone. As you can see, he passed by the vending machine and bought a chug jug, which is really gonna help him out in later stages of the game. He's also just looking around while farming his mats because he doesn't want to get lurked on, and he's just going into zone now. He's gonna box in brick here, look around, and then refarm his brick. He builds this cone so he doesn't get shot from the mountain, looks around again, and then he just refarms his brick. He could have splitted the mats so he can get some extra mats, but it's okay. So now he's just gonna sit here, look through the cone, and wait for the next zone. Now it's pretty much the same thing. He's just looking through the cone. The next zone opens, he leaves instantly, gets these shockwaves, and now as he gets into the edge of zone, he's gonna box up in brick and refarm this brick and stay again in the box, waiting for zones. It's a bit risky, this playstyle, because if zone pulls max, you have to rotate the whole map, but he's willing to take that risk as long as he gets zone, he saves his mats, he saves his heals, and he doesn't have to waste. So right now, next zone's gonna open, he's gonna do the same thing he's been doing, and as you can see, it is a max pull that I talked about, so now he's gonna have to rotate, waste more shockwaves, but let's see how he's gonna do this. He's gonna go instantly, walk on foot as most as he can, and now, always looking around, getting as much info as possible, and when he gets close to the water, because it is harder to swim, he's gonna pop his first shockwave, run and jump with the effects, go as far as possible. He's gonna attack this kid, but he doesn't commit to a fight because he don't want to get stuck in the back of zone. Now he's gonna use another shockwave in a second. He's just looking around, and now that he gets slower, he uses a shockwave, and as you can see, he doesn't sit in the edge of zone. He goes deeper so he doesn't get into congested side. He sees the wood, he sees the brick, so he's gonna build, save as much mats as possible so he can refarm safely, and he can get into his box and wait for the next zone to open. So now that the time arrives to rotate, he's gonna look through the bush, make sure no one's there, and now he's getting ready to go. He shoots this kid, uses a shockwave. Unfortunately, hits a tree here, but he just keeps going because of the effect. Always make sure to look back, like I said before. And now you can see a pattern in his gameplay that he doesn't like to swim, so he just uses another shockwave to get into the zone. He goes up the mountain. He doesn't go fully up, so he gets protected by the side, which is a good position as well. And as you can see, now he's inside the circle. He's just gonna look back and try to tag as much kid as possible, maybe get a kill, because even though this tournament is placement, you can even get 2 points per kill, which can help you qual. He's gonna break the ramp and place a cone so he gets more space in his box. And now he just waits for kids to arrive. Maybe he can get a kill, like I said. So now he's just gonna look through the cone, try to get as much info as possible for the next rotate, and maybe tag some kids. As you can see by now, Storm Surge warning just appeared, and he's safe, he's completely above because he's been tagging the whole game. And also, he's gonna start to get placement points by now, so he should be good. He still has a lot of rotates, he still has a lot of mats, and now he sees this kid getting lobbied. He's gonna try to get the kill. The kid is 1 HP, so we're just gonna spray. And as soon as he dies, he's gonna close up again, reload, and get ready for the rotate. So now that we're into the moving zones, he's gonna look back, get as much info as possible, which is something that he has been doing for the whole game, and that's something that you guys should do as well, because that way you can decide which rotate is better for you to do. And now that he sees that it's safe for him to go, he's just gonna wait for a few kids that are next to him to go. And now when he sees the chance to get into zone, he's gonna open, use another shockwave, and get immediately into zone, saving a lot of math and holding the wall when he starts to build in case he gets sprayed out. As you can see, he is in the zone. There's still a lot of kids left, but right now that we are into the moving zones, they're gonna die faster. So he just has to survive. As you can see, he only has one shockwave, so he's gonna have to start looking for a refresh soon, and that's pretty much what he's doing right now. He sees that kid desperately trying to get into the box, maybe he's low on surge, and he tries to fry him, but the next zone appears, so he has to use his last shockwave to go into the zone. Always build in wood while rotating, and then when he gets into the zone, he builds in metal, and he always looks back. Now that we are into the end game, I'm not gonna cut the video anymore, so now we're gonna see the full end game and how he plays it. Now with no mobility, he's just gonna lurk through the cone, and then as he leaves, he gets shot, always builds, and then he tries to pop a big, but the kid next to him is gonna try to fight him, so he has to drop, get safe. That's the main priority. And when he gets front side, which he's always doing, he pops his big pot and he tries to get info for the next rotate. He sprays this kid because he's in wood, so maybe he's low HP, and then he just keeps staying front side, which is really good for him in this situation. Zone pulls back, so he's gonna do this rotate through the side, getting front side, get high layers. That's good for you, so you can maybe look for high later on in the game. Right now, zone is gonna shrink on his side, so he has to make a decision. He decides to go through the zone because he still has a full chug, so he can get higher up. And now he's gonna start to pop his chug for heals, looking through the side. He tries to shoot this kid, but he doesn't kill him because the kid was full HP. And now he's just getting front side, like I said, trying to pop the chug. But soon enough, he's gonna have to start going to his left because the zone is closing. And now he's just gonna go here. He sees this kid and he's forced to run away through the storm because the kid is trying to fight him. And it just keeps going up, keeps staying frontside, and that's the thing that you guys should do during every game, during every end game, because high ground is a win condition, and if you get higher up, you have more chances to go for it. Another good thing you can do is use the old builds, because that way you can save mats to go for height later on. He still has a few mats. He's gonna need a refresh soon, but right now he's just using the old builds and trying to stay ahead. And by this time, he's already pretty much in top 10, so it's already a really good game. And now he starts looking up, and that's the mistake that high ground makes, because high ground is not spraying him even though he's in wood. And that's something that you guys should do. If you're in height, you have to spray everyone. You have to make sure no one has the chance to take your height. You have to look strong, because if you don't spray, if you just build in wood, people are gonna notice that you're weak, and that's why he chops height right now. And height just doesn't shoot back, even though there's weak metal builds, which are easier to break. But high ground doesn't do anything. It starts to run out of mats, and now it's gonna drop into some old builds, as you can see in a second. Right now, our player is just looking, and now he kills high. He gets the mats, and after you get a refresh, the first thing you should do in the end game is look up, see if you can take height, and that's how he's done it with just one kill. And now he's just gonna go up and spray everyone down, like I said you should do. If you spray everyone, no one's gonna contest your high ground, especially in the end game, because right now everyone is cuffed. Even high ground is cuffed, but if you look strong, no one is gonna contest you. And right now it's just in top 5, and this is pretty much a winning game because he just has to keep spraying, keep making sure everyone fights each other at mid and low ground. And now he just uses his last builds to stay in zone. He hears footsteps, so he's just gonna look back at zone because someone is definitely staying there. As you can see, he knows that someone is gonna do something soon, and he gets ready for it. And when the kid pushes him, he already knows that he's gonna get killed. He one pumps him, that's his second kill, and he immediately goes for low ground because he doesn't have any heals, and he's gonna try to get the kill. But fortunately for him, the other player doesn't have any heals as well, and is gonna win the game. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you want to see more videos like this. Leave the like, and I see you guys on the next video.